Old tunnels seem to attract a lot of paranormal activity for some reason. The following video was captured by two friends, who also were on a late night trip to their destination. The empty roads lead through an old mountain via a tunnel. They actually state that they have come across some relatively odd stuff in this tunnel. They heard weeping noises, even though nobody was visibly there. So they feel always a little bit uneasy when driving through the mountain. Tonight, they came across something new.
Era un niño ahí. ¿Un niño era, no? Un niño, Mario. Era un niño. Porque la verdad que está viendo el video, una criatura, Mario.
A person of small stature in a red top and dark pants is pressing against the rock wall, not moving at all and seemingly staring into the distance. The two friends say that they believe this to be a kid, which means that this would be a rather reckless act, since this of course is extremely dangerous. For them it's pretty clear that this was no living person, maybe the apparition of a young boy. Really hard to say for sure, but it's begging quite a lot of questions. Why was he standing there? Was it just a skid? Or was there another, more plausible explanation for this? The following video was posted to the paranormal section by user Lucky1196. The user uploaded this short clip and asked the community, "What did I record that night? Is this a ghost or a headless burning man? Maybe a creepy looking mannequin. What is that?" He was on a nightly trip with his motorbike, and after stopping for a quick break, he took his helmet off and was looking for something in his backpack. He states that after enabling the flashlight, he also started a video recording, which was accidental. He noticed something really weird in the background when checking the video. The man was sure to have been alone that night at that location. There should have been nobody else there. Yet, a figure can be seen, possibly missing its head. How is this possible? Is it an apparition perhaps? Or how else could we explain this? It definitely creeped the man out.
A girl from China was on a trip around the world and recorded a lot of videos for her travel diary. This particular night, she was talking about a Japanese temple that she had visited a couple of days earlier. Ever since she left the temple, she said that a strange magnetic static was present within the vicinity of her and a friend who was coming along on the trip. But nothing spooky happened so far, so she was not really concerned. This was when something eerie started to take place in the background of her hotel room. Laughing it off at first, perhaps she ignored the ghostly activity. The poltergeist, or whatever it was, seemed to have wanted her attention pretty bad.
Now you tell me,
Is this a poltergeist that is haunting her in her apartment? Or is this whole thing rigged?
This is a dashcam recording, uploaded by the driver of the vehicle, Mitch Kuhn. Mitch was driving along the Hume Highway in Bardia, southwest Sydney one Sunday night, when he noticed that a really eerie-looking object seemed to be making its way right on the highway. It looked like a small child to him, and immediately after seeing this, he called the police. Mitch was unable to stop the vehicle at the time, since they were carrying a huge toy hauler. Mitch states that he called the local station after realizing the dashcam would have caught the footage. He called to see where he could send the video to help them, so the police saw what it was and where this incident took place. Shortly after, he was told by the police that the kid had been collected safely and was on its way home. However, Mitch states that he found out later that the police had not found a child, and the search was called off early in the morning. No explanation had been given for this behavior, ever, and it leaves us wondering what was going on here that night, what this mysterious thing was, and why the police would cancel the search and misinform Mitch on the phone. What a weird story. Do you have an explanation?
This clip was recorded by a user named Serpent95, and on the post it says, "My friend filmed this video while walking in Thailand with elephants. When she was back at home in Sweden, she watched the video and realized that she was not only accompanied by the street dog that night. Any guesses of what it might be? Let's take a look." Another user comments, "I agree, it's a strange clip. I'm not denying that at all. I would assume the dog might acknowledge them with at least a glance. Was there a doorway behind that wall or anything?" And Serpent replies, "No, it wasn't a door there. It's on the other side of the house. And since she was there for many months, she also got to know the people who were working there, so she didn't see anyone who wore that type of clothing." What do you guys think? Is it something mysterious? Or just a person in a weird robe? Certainly pretty eerie.
Alright, the next clip. The following is an adventure of one of my favorite Urbex's guys, Urbex Hill. He was visiting an abandoned spirit temple and captured something really terrifying. So it says, at least. Definitely make sure to give him a visit, guys. He has amazing stuff. But let's see what he captured.
Just chill.
It's quite interesting how many things are getting just left behind, right? That nobody takes them. You would think, oh, that's such a nice set of plates. Why wouldn't I just grab them and take them home with me in my last day of work? I don't know.
I wonder why they break off the windows like that. Long before it closed. I was like right here. Ouch. When I saw that shadow figure. That shit was creepy as hell. I think I just saw something.
What happened?
I don't know, though. It was so hard to see.
Why did I miss it?
This is dark. But yeah, that thing was just, when I was here during the day, that thing was just sitting here. And it disappeared. But everybody thought it was a homeless person. Look, the ghost is still here. Still smiling.
Did you hear that?
But he's in here.
It's nothing. I mean, you hear that too, right? So we did miss something indeed. Is that an apparition in the doorway? Let's take a look at that. Look. Look. It's like a creepy face appears and then it just disappears upwards. Well, I'm at a loss here too. The following is a recording which went quite viral. It was suggested by Chelsea and Michael, who told me that something more was going on in this clip than what one would suspect. A 4-year-old girl was singing along to a Disney song inside their family home, and her father was outside in front of the house, supposedly doing some work, while all of a sudden the air fryer catches on fire, a fire which seemed to spread pretty quickly. The young girl, who was alone in the house at the time, needed quite a few attempts until her dad realized that something is wrong, and he made it into the house to get the leftover pieces of the burning machine, and he disposed of it in the swimming pool. What's really interesting, however, is that a dark shadow person seems to be standing in the doorway on several occasions. If nobody was in the house, what could this mean? If it would have been a family member, why wouldn't they have done anything to help there? What's your opinion? Some theories go even so far to think that this entity could have caused the malfunction of the device. So, are we just seeing things? Or what exactly was happening here that day? The next case was documented by a user named Betom, and it was quite the terrifying encounter, let me tell you. Betom and his partner just arrived from a long journey. After a couple of days, he noticed that some really odd events started to unfold in his very own apartment. After finding something really mysterious the first day, he seemed very afraid in the end, and it is believed that something demonic might have attached itself to him on his travels. Let's look at the first video. Well, this appears to be a really strange case. After finding demonic handprints on their bed, and after confirming that it wasn't their maid, stuff seems to happen more and more. And it only got worse from there. One day Betom was taking a bath when he saw a shadow moving right behind him in the mirror. He ran out of there and found more of these crazy claw marks. This night turned out to be the climax. It started by them hearing really odd noises from the back of the apartment, and of course they started documenting. A shadow person, or a piece of black cloth, seems to be hovering in the middle of the room. And then whatever is holding it up is just gone. Could it be a demonic entity that they were having in their house? What do you think? Really creepy to say the least. Emmanuel sent me this recording of a father who had a local baby monitor hooked up to the room of his two children. He noticed that the two were always talking to somebody in the room, which he found odd. This is him documenting a strange shape of a child that apparently seems to communicate with his little children. Eerie, isn't it? The following recording was shared by Random Doge 47, and she tells us, I went to the Hartwood Insane Asylum in the UK and captured something peeking out of the left window and moving away to the left side. The whole building is locked and the lower floor windows are far too high to reach. And even if someone got inside, the whole upper floors are collapsed. So this is impossible. Let's take a look.
Oh my god, somebody's head's probably the top of them. Oh my god, I need to go. I get that in video. I've just got that in video.
Now, the girl and her friend are both noticing that there seemed to be somebody standing in the top left window, and I would agree, it certainly looks that way. It is also noticeable how this person or thing just moves towards the left. It would almost look like this thing is floating though, and not taking steps. Could that be so? Are we witnessing a spirit here that maybe was just visiting this old building? Maybe somebody that lost their life there. Or was it just a regular person after all? What is your opinion? Very mysterious.
Charlie has sent me the following clip that he had found posted on Reddit. It is said that the mother in the video was simply recording her daughter while she was playing with her in the kitchen. At the time of the recording, nobody else should have been home. Yet there's something else appearing in the reflection of the glass. I know it is hard to make out, but what appears to be a head is peeking around the corner in the following frames. Can you see it? I even would go as far to say that I can make out facial features, although it is a bit hard since it's pretty pixelated. And the question remains, is it something unexplainable or just a hoax? You decide. I find abandoned hospitals just have something creepy to them by nature, and they attract many urban explorers and enthusiasts who are on the lookout for some thrilling captures. The following clip was shared on the Little Wookie, and it was recorded by a couple of friends who were exploring an abandoned clinic one night, and the area was restricted, so it is impossible for another group of people to walk around, especially in darkness. Watch as a whole group of shadow people is walking past the screen, and viewers suspect that it could have been a whole family that might have deceased in there. It almost looks as if they are carrying some things though, so I can't be sure that these are not just regular people, but it's a bit odd that they're just one black mass and have no lights with them. Let me hear your thoughts, please.